To begin adding custom SolidWorks keyboard shortcuts, you will need to have SolidWorks open and a SolidWorks file open. So I've opened a blank SolidWorks part file for the demonstrational purposes. The first step is to take your cursor over top of the toolbar area, and that can be anywhere where there is a toolbar in SolidWorks, and right click. We'll see we have a list of possible SolidWorks keyboard. We'll see we have a list displayed of possible SolidWorks toolbars. Now I have shortened this list so that we can see the full list. Now I have shortened this list so that the bottom of the list is not off the screen. What we would like to do is select the Customize option. Then in the Customize window, we'll go to the Keyboard tab. We can now see in the Keyboard tab, we have a list of all the possible commands with a shortcut next to it. I'm going to search for the Smart Dimension command so that I can add the D key for Smart Dimensions. Now I would like to point out that there are several keys you don't want to touch when you're adding keyboard shortcuts. For example, if I were to use the arrow to try and go down one, I get the error that key down is already assigned. So we can see that the down key is a possible keyboard shortcut. Likewise, if I add a keyboard shortcut, and in this case I'm going to add D, and I decided I didn't want the D key anymore. Delete is another thing that we don't want to use to remove the keyboard shortcut, because we can actually assign the delete key to do something other than delete an entity. Why, I don't know, but that is possible. So we want to make sure after I hit that delete key that no, I don't want to reassign the delete key to Smart Dimension. And instead of using the delete key to get rid of that shortcut, I'll use backspace. I'm going to go ahead and add the D key back again because the D key is what I want to use. And again, we could search for another command. In this case, I won't. But I would like to show you how we could browse the different commands. If you knew it was a tool and you weren't sure what tool it was, select Tools, and then have SolidWorks simply display the list of tools. Now, another feature that's nice is to be able to print your list of keyboard shortcuts or copy your list of keyboard shortcuts to pick. If you were to copy your list of keyboard shortcuts, you may want to paste it in Word to make a nice customized list of your own personal keyboard shortcuts. Now, one tip that I like to use when printing my lists is to select the Only Show Commands with Shortcuts Assigned. By doing this, we only see the commands that we've assigned a keyboard shortcut to. Now when I print my list, instead of it being a list that's 4 pages long, everything's going to fit on one page. I would like to point something else out too. If we look at Normal 2, we can see that there are 2 shortcuts for that same command. We can either use Control-8 or I've added the N key. So it is possible if you'd like multiple shortcuts for a command to do so. I would also try to avoid assigning shortcuts. I would also try and avoid using shortcut keys that were SolidWorks defaults. It'll just make it more difficult for other people using your computer. However, oftentimes you will run into issues where SolidWorks adds new shortcuts that use keys you've already set up from previous versions. In my case, I always used S for a section view, and now in the new version of SolidWorks, S is a very nice, handy shortcut icon. S is a very nice, handy icon shortcut tool. Well, that concludes the demonstration on how we add keyboard shortcuts. I hope you can think of many keyboard shortcuts that will help streamline your drawing process.